Today we're going to shoot creative miniature photos with these vintage Star Wars micro machines. Hey everyone, Sean here with Fotodiox.com, and it's Christmas break, which means we're going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to shoot some macro photography with these vintage Star Wars micro machines from the 90s. And we're going to be using a Fotodiox macro extension tube. This is a Sony E-mount version, but we have versions for various camera mounts and lenses. What this does is it puts extra space between a Sony E-mount lens and a Sony E-mount camera, because the more space you put between a lens, the closer it can focus. You don't have to invest in expensive macro lenses. You can just get a Fotodiox macro extension tube, put it between the lens and camera, and you're ready to go. Let's unbox this. As much as I like the packaging and how nostalgic it is, I'm way more of a open box type of guy. For this shoot, we're only going to need the very shortest length of the macro tube, since our Star Wars models aren't that tiny. We'll just remove the middle section, attach the front and back together, and then mount the macro tube on our lens and camera. For this first shot, we're going to use some old sandpaper as desert sand, which actually works pretty well. For lights, we're using our Fotodiox Radius Pico with the diffuser removed on the left side of the model, and to simulate moonlight on the right, we're using our Factor Prismo LED panel set to cool blue. It's kind of cool, but something's missing. Now we can digitally add stars, but in-camera stars would be way cooler. So let's add a Fotodiox Skyfiller 1x2 LED panel behind the model, and then cover it with a black plastic sheet with holes punched in it for stars. There we go, that's more like it. We also added the Radius Pico on the side to add some light off in the distance, kind of like a moisture farm or a town the sandcrawler is heading towards. Next up, let's go to Hoth. Just put down some brown crumpled up paper, then add baking powder. And there we go, an instant snowy rock field for an AT-AT to explore. We're going for a cold Arctic night look, so let's use the Factor Prismo on the right set to a darker blue for moonlight, and use the Pico on the left with the diffuser panel on for some fill. With the addition of the star effects in the background, this makes for some moody atmospheric shots. Now if we remove the black star sheet, the diffuser on the Skyfiller 1x2 also can act as a blown out winter sky. I'm getting some real Empire Strikes Back vibes with these shots. Okay, how about we try a space shot? We'll add the Starfield sheet back onto the Skyfiller 1x2, put down a TIE Fighter model, and use the Radius Pico as a detail sidelight. The TIE needs a stand, so we have to take two shots, one with the model on the stand and one just of the stars. Then we just use Photoshop to composite the two shots together to remove the stand, and voila, an Imperial TIE Fighter in space. Now we can't forget the OG Mandalorian, which is why we're doing Boba Fett's ship as our final shot. Now we're cheating a bit here and using Bohush's old thrifted fake stone wall for pet lizards. It's already sculpted and painted to look like weathered rocks, so all we have to do is add some orange sunset light and the Radius Pico set to 3200K tungsten for warm fill. And why not add Fett himself? Because it's a bit larger, we removed the macro tube for a normal shot of a Boba Fett action figure in the same environment and lighting as the model ship. Then we used Photoshop to composite him into the scene. Epic. Using macro extension tubes opens a whole world of possibilities for photography and video, especially for shooting miniature stuff like these Star Wars micro machines. And creating these shots today made me feel like a kid playing with my Star Wars toys again. If you'd like to learn more about Fotodiox macro extension tubes, click the link in the description below. It'll link you to a page with all of our macro gear, macro extension tubes, macro helicoid tubes, lots of different types of macro accessories on our website. And click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos just like this one. I'm Sean with Fotodiox.com, and have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.